All right, there he is, Mr. Jacob Cade. What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, it's going good, man. Going good. We got our day off today. We've played 3 shows so far on the tour, and we're doing good, man. How about you? How are you doing?
You know what, man? You are like my new idol. It's funny because okay, so how old are you? You about 18 years old, I'm assuming.
19, actually.
19. Okay,
yeah.
So I'm almost 30 years older than you, but So when it's funny because just this afternoon I was over getting my car inspected, and the guy that runs the garage is my best friend, and also grew up together, and we played in a band together growing up in high school and all. And I was saying to him, I said, yeah, in a couple hours I'm interviewing this like 18, 19-year-old kid who's out on tour. He's got a couple of EPs out. I said, he's out there doing his thing. He's rocking. I'm like, he's living like the dream we were living in high school, but this kid's doing it. Like you're the real deal.
Oh, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you.
So how did this whole thing start? So how long have you actually been playing for now?
Actually playing guitar. I mean, I've been playing in a serious manner for about 10 years. 10 years now, going on 11. I've been in this band, I've had my own band for about 6 years now.
Wow.
And I've got to say, man, it's crazy. In the grand scheme of things, it's been going pretty fast. It's rad.
Yeah, that's what it seems. It seems like things have been moving fast for you. And I was going through investigating and doing all my research on you, and I'm seeing that your father's your bass player, your mom's your manager. I'm like, so this is truly you can never deny that your parents support you in your musical endeavors.
Oh, no, never. No, they're my biggest supporters, I think. Definitely would not, this place that we're in right now would not be possible without the both of them. Mom especially. She does everything. She's out on tour with me right now, as a matter of fact.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And it's great. It's fantastic, man. And unfortunately, Dad couldn't come on the tour with us, but we've got a couple of killer musicians that are coming around with me from Los Angeles that are badass,
nice.
Man. They are killer.
Nice. Yeah. I was going to say so you're out there. Okay, so your dad didn't make the tour, but your mom's out there on tour with you, and did your parents think that they would really early on? I'm assuming they probably were never in their wildest dreams expecting here to have their son going out on tour and them accompanying on tour. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. No, I mean, I guess at the very beginning it was kind of like, oh, cool, he wants to play guitar and whatnot. But then, I think they realized actually pretty soon that it might become more of a job for me. This might be what he's been doing the rest of his life. And so they were into it, and I brought it up to him, and my mom's like, all right, let's get it. Let's do this thing. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
That is so awesome. You don't realize, again, going back to when I was your age, when I was wanting to play guitar, and I still remember, it's funny because at this time, I think it was 1986 or 87. So I'll never forget, my sister used to really tell this story all the time to my family. I was going to pick up an amplifier I had just paid off, was on layaway, and my mom took the ride with me and my sister, because we used my sister's car because it was big enough to fit it in. And at the time I was wearing, now you got to remember, this was the 80s. So it was, the heyday of hairbands. So the hair's teased out. I'm wearing nail polish, 2 different colored Chuck Taylors. I'm wearing bandanas and lace all wrapped around me and stuff like that. And I get out of the car and I'm going in and pick up the amplifier. And my sister was just like, is he okay? Or my mom was saying to my sister, is he okay? I'm really worried about him. I think he's making a huge mistake with his life. I think we need to send him to a psychiatrist to really help him find a way in life because he seems troubled. And my sister's like, no, this is the style right now. This is what's going on. So when I see a kid like you who's kicking ass and really succeeding, man, it makes me proud, and I'm sure your parents do as well.
Oh yeah, man, they're super super excited. They always have been, and that's crazy that to hear that story you just told me. That's awesome. But no, I've definitely talked to people whose parents aren't so keen in the music thing. And I think it's because when people hear I want to be a musician, for one, they know how hard it is to become a musician and actually make money at it. Two, they know what comes with the lifestyle and what might be around in the green rooms or in the studios or in the other bands that you're touring with, what they might bring around, the bad attitude, the bad
right,
all those other stuff we don't want to get into. But yeah, and that's what they focus on. They don't focus on really or the amazing life that music does hold in some cases. So it's really cool and it's a blessing that I have two parents that really do look at the brighter side of things and do see that there's an awesome future in this.
It's a beautiful thing. I commend them both, man. It's awesome. Now, did you just graduate high school this past summer, I guess?
I did, man. Yeah, just graduated in 2017. That was my graduating year.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was seeing some videos of you performing. I guess you performed the national anthem at your graduation, and there was a Dream On video of you with the piano in the gymnasium, and I was just like, wow, you were truly the outbreak star of the school, I'm assuming.
Yeah, man. In that school, my name was everyone called me Jacob Cade. They would call me the rock star, the rock star of Ponderosa, and it was it was one of those things where everyone knew who I was, everyone knew what I did. And still to this day, around Parker, you get, when you walk into places, people are like, hey, you're the kid, everything like that. So it's cool, man. It was rad. And now I'm, doing online college, trying to keep up with that.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, man. It's getting a little crazy with this music, with all this touring and everything. But, yeah, trying my best.
I was going to say, too, because, as I was going through and I was looking at these videos and all, and there was, a little 5-minute video on you that maybe the high school did on you. And here you were, you got great grades in school. You were also an athlete. You played soccer. And, again, going back to the 80s, it wasn't like that. If you were, quote-unquote musician, you were, a stoner, a druggie, a headbanger, whatever they want to focus you in, and you couldn't be any of those other things. You were expected not to be good in school. You were expected not to be an athlete. It was just you were an outcast. So seeing you be all of those things, including this amazing musician on top of it, hats off, man. That's a trifecta of greatness. Good for you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that, man. And I gotta owe that to my upbringing. That's all what I was around, growing up, and what type of person I was raised to be. So that's where I, tip my hat off to that.
That's nice. It's funny too, because I was even going to ask you. So I guess college was not in your sights with being out on tour, but you totally proved me wrong.
Oh man, yeah. It's a lot to juggle, dude. It's a lot to juggle, but try our best. It's all we can do in life, right?
That's awesome. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So now, how did you guys? How did you end up hooking up with Boba Flex, getting out on tour with them?
We got a connection through Barry Lyons from LA.
Okay.
Who hooked us up with Boba Flex, and heard that they were looking for a band on tour, and he, put my name in the hat, and the guys were like, "Yeah, let's bring them. They're awesome."
That's awesome.
And so, and then been getting to know the guys in the van these past few shows, and they're a great group of guys, man. I'm glad my first tour was with them.
That's awesome. We've had Marty out on the show a few times. Marty's a great dude.
Yeah, Marty's cool, man. We Marty and I have been exchanging some conversations throughout this whole thing, and he's becoming one of my good friends on this thing. Love it.
That's awesome. Now, I saw you play piano. We saw you play guitar. Now, do you play drums too? Because I guess it was in an older video, Green Light Go. It was showing you like playing drums in the basement. You and your friend, I guess, were in this video together.
Yeah, man. I play a little bit of drums. I wouldn't say I'm anything amazing or whatnot, but I can hang a little bit. I can get through a couple songs.
That's awesome. Dude, you are like multi-talented.
Thank you, man. I'm just obsessed with music. Obsessed with everything about it, man.
So now, when did you decide, like, to start writing your own music? Like, I know you're a big fan of Zeppelin and Slash and Guns N' Roses and all that. So when did you decide, like, all right, now it's time for me to like start doing my music?
Well, it was early on, man. When I was very little, even then I knew, all these guys, they write their own music. That's how they make their living with this thing.
Right.
They're not out there playing covers. And so it kind of was like in my brain, like, well, eventually I'm going to start having to do this, And so one day it was like, what better way to start than now, And I started, trying to figure out how to do it, and kind of just, you struggle through those early stages. You kind of, you write bad songs, you write bad riffs, and then eventually you start writing all right riffs, and then all right riffs start to come to good riffs, and then good riffs start to come to good songs, and then goes up and up and up, and then one day, in my case, you find yourself, out in Nashville writing a song with Lzzy Joe from Halestorm, who's been like your idol for so long. And then that's when you realize, well, hey, I kind of got a hang of this thing.
Yeah, like, now how intimidating is that? Like, you hooked up with Michael Wagner, the producer, first, right?
Yes, yeah, Michael Wagner, he produced the record that's about to come out, and also took me under his wing and taught me a lot about music and about recording, about the music industry, about everything. And he also hooked me up with Rachel Bolan, Lzzy Joe, Rachel Bolan, Lzzy Joe, Joe Hottinger, Paul Taylor, and let's see, and Brent played drums. Wow, how could I forget Brent? Yeah. Brent Fitz, he played drums on the record. And yeah, man, just a whole bunch of names that I never thought I'd be able to work with, let alone on my like first kind of debut big record,
Right. Now, what's it like when you're like in a room with Lzzy Joe writing music?
Dude, to be honest, I was questioning that myself, before we met her and before we started working. I was like, what's this going to be like? This is going to be crazy. And right when we pulled up to, where we were going to meet him, she ran out, man. Ran out and gave, big warm welcome. And it was like we had been buddies for years, and that was it, It was like working with a friend. Nothing out of the ordinary, not crazy. There was no egos. There was nothing pretentious about it. It was just like a couple friends having fun, shooting it, and just like coming up with the best music that we possibly could. And it was like amazing that someone of that high stature was willing to kind of give their time to work with someone like me, an upcoming artist, right. Something like that. But her and Joe, they were just the coolest and still are, we keep in contact, and
That's awesome.
I saw them. They came in through Colorado for a show, and I was like, hey, you guys gonna be here? That's like not far from my house. And they were like, well, come down. We got you some tickets. You just come in and hang out. And I was like, what? That's rad. And so went in, hung out with them, and great, so great, man. Amazing people.
You know, it's funny with Lzzy Hale and the whole Halestorm thing because they're originally from like not far, probably like an hour outside of the Philly area in Lancaster area. So back in like the late '90s, early 2000s, when a band I was in, we were trying to get some shows like out in their neck of the woods. You know, I would go through like the music papers of that area, and I would find the clubs, and then I'd start calling out to the clubs and trying to get bookings and all. And the first question they used to ask me were, "Are you like Halestorm?" And I would see like the little pictures of them in these newspapers, and I'm like, "Who the hell is Halestorm?" Like, and it used to get to the point where like I got tired of hearing it, like, and I hated Halestorm without even knowing anything about them. Fast forward, 5, 6 years later, they put out their debut album, and I just wanted to hate them so bad, but inside, like, I truly, like, wow, this is, like, really good. And then I went and saw them play a club in Philly, and I was blown away. Like, Lzzy Hale is the real freaking deal. I can't praise her and her voice enough.
Dude, I know, man. Imagine being in a freaking room, cutting a demo, singing with her. Oh, Jesus. She's a monster, man.
She truly is.
She's a monster.
Awesome.
Yeah, man. But she's the sweetest thing ever, There's no ego there. She's got that monster of a voice and songwriting skills, and it's just like, it's like, that's what I do, It's so rad. Yeah, I learned a lot from working with them. I definitely learned a lot.
So then you also have, like you said, you had Brent Fitz, who's Slash's drummer. He ends up playing on your EP. Yeah. Now, how mind-blowing is that?
Yeah, man. And I don't know, you probably know this already, Slash is, that band that he plays in is like my favorite band of all time,
Right.
I love their stuff. And I ended up meeting him, and I was like, that was like crazy enough for me. I was like, wow, this is Brent Fitz, like, holy crap. And then I was, turns out we ended up asking him if he wanted to play on the record, and then he said yes. And so now I'm, kind of in a band with this guy, the same drummer that I was praising for years and years, It's so awesome, surreal.
That is awesome. Now, do you think, will he end up doing any shows with you, do you think, or?
We've talked about it, but we'll see. We take it day by day. He's a super busy guy. He plays in a lot of bands. But I think sometime down the line we'll get to working together again and maybe play some shows, do a run, hopefully, We'll see.
I'm trying to remember what band he was in. I met him years ago in a club here in Philly, and he was playing drums for him. And he was like the nicest guy, man. Super nice guy.
Yeah, man. No, he really is awesome, and he's a talented dude. He actually, Todd Kearns, the bass player from Slash. And so Todd and I, had some conversations and whatnot, and it's got to be friends too. So it's like it's insane, the people that are, the contacts that are in my phone as of now. It's wild to scroll through.
Now, how weird is that for you? Say like, because I do the same thing. Like, I'm sitting here, I've been doing this show now for 5 years, and I might have somebody like who I grew up with now that like I've become friends with from interviewing them on the show, and I'll get like a random text message. So what's it like, say, like when a Brent Fitz or a Lzzy Hale or Rachel Bolan sends you a text message, and you just look at your phone like, how the hell did this happen?
Yeah, man, that's definitely that feeling. It's just like, oh my goodness, like, she texted me or stuff like that, but That's also could be partly my personality. I'm entertained at the smallest things. So, but no, yeah, dude, it's wild. And then just being able to be like, hey man, how's it going? Hey, did you play on this record? Or hey, did you do this? Or hey, can I ask you something about this and stuff like that? It's just like a crazy thing, even saying, the holiday just went by, even saying, Happy Thanksgiving, or
Right.
receiving like hope you have a great Thanksgiving, or good luck on the tour, or something like that. It's just like wild.
Now, how about now, like, the 19-year-old Jacob Cade? Do you go back and see like them videos of like you being up on stage as 12 years old playing guitar in front of a small crowd and think to yourself like, do you kind of chuckle and laugh at yourself at the 12-year-old you?
Oh, dude, I definitely do. I chuckle and laugh at myself at the 18-year-old me, dude. I laugh at myself now. Yeah, it's definitely one of those careers, I guess I could say career now, where, you always see yourself kind of going up.
Right.
You always see yourself getting better, and the minute you stop trying to go up is the minute you kind of fail, So kind of when I look back at videos and look at, you kind of say, oh, man, why did I do that? Or why did I wear that? Or why did I sing that? Or what did I do that for? You kind of like, you think back at it, you reflect, and you're like, well, that means I'm doing a good job. That means I'm getting better. So
Absolutely.
Let's get it,
Nice. Now, is this your first time out on the East Coast with this run you're doing now?
Yes, my very first time ever, actually, other than Baltimore I've been in. But other than that, no, all these are very, very new cities to me. So it's super rad to come and play here. Super rad.
That's awesome. That is freaking awesome. So now the EP is called The Hunger. When is that actually officially released?
That's going to be out either January or February of 2018.
Okay.
So pretty soon. We're getting there. I'm super excited to get it out, though, man. There is a single out, though, called What's Your Problem? And that's, available for download. If you want a free download, go to my page and check all my social medias are under Jacob Cade Rocks. It's on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and there's a little thing you can do where you text a certain number and everything like that, and you get a free download of a song, which is
nice.
What's Your Problem? So definitely, I encourage everyone listening to go check it out. And this is actually the song that I co-wrote with Rachel Bolan from Skid Row.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, man. So it's rad. It's been welcomed pretty awesomely. I'm super thankful how warm of a welcome this song has gotten. So definitely go check that out. But yeah, man, full record out.
Cool. Yeah, it's a real, like, it's got that anthem style Skid Row, like fist in the air type style of song.
Oh yeah, man, definitely. It's in your face for sure.
That's awesome. That is freaking awesome. So now, and actually, you're gonna be coming. You'll be hitting our neck of the woods. You'll be coming to like the Philly suburbs outside of Philly, December 6th.
Yes, I will be there, man. You gonna come to the show?
I think I am. Yeah, I think I should. Don't you?
I think you definitely should, man. I think you should come, and I think you should come say hi also, man.
Absolutely.
Have a little chat.
Absolutely. I would say we would get a beer, but I don't think that would be too good. So we can get I'm good with diet soda. So we can have a couple diet sodas, cheesesteak. There
cool,
you go.
I usually don't drink soda, but I'll drink one for you, dude.
Oh, there you go. I twisted your arm. Bad influence already.
All right, man. Cool.
So, all right, we got all the plugs out there. Now, here's the one last goofy question I got to ask too. Like, you're a 19-year-old kid. You're out there on tour. Like, how awkward does it get though when you have like a girl coming around to you and you have like your mom or your dad? Are they like just shaking her head no? Like, please no, please no.
No, man. I mean, to be honest, it's kind of like we they don't let it get too crazy, you know. And all they want really most of the time is just, you know, grab a picture, say hi,
Right.
exchange a few words, you know, give them a pic here and there or something like that, and they're on their way. You know, they don't want too much from you, so we kind
Cool.
of just, you know, it's a tame thing. We haven't had any crazy experiences so far. To believe it or not, the craziest experiences come from the moms, the older moms that want me to meet their daughters, which that
Really?
gets a little crazy sometimes. Yeah,
Okay.
but
Hey, so in
no,
other words,
man.
you're the
Other
one
than
shaking your head. So you're the one
yeah,
shaking your head, not your mom. That's funny.
no, yeah,
Oh man.
definitely, man. And that, you know, that all good, that you know, it's all good. It's all good and fun. I love it. You know, I'm not discounting it. It's great, dude. But no, you know, we have fun. We have fun. It's nothing too serious. We don't lock the fort down, you know.
Cool. Hey, it's rock and roll. At the end of the day, it's all rock and
Oh,
roll.
that's definitely true, man. It's all rock and roll, and we're all human beings, and we all just want to live the best life. So we got to help each other do that.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, Jacob, this has been great catching up with you, man. Congratulations on the tour, the music, and all that. And I look forward to seeing you December 6th.
Awesome, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you too, man. It's gonna be a blast.
Cool. And tell Marty and them guys I was asking for them, and I can't wait to see you guys all December 6th. It's going to be a party.
For sure, man. I'll tell him next time I see him.
Cool, man. Take care, and good luck,
Right
and
on.
stay safe out there.
Cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yep. See ya.